New to the erg? Never used the erg? Just bought one? Guys, this is the video for you. We're talking about the ultimate beginner's guide to the rowing machine. Now, whether you are a Concept 2 person, a water rower person, an RP3 person, if you are new to rowing, if you are new to the rowing movement, this is the video for you. We are going to address the absolute basics to getting you on the machine, and then talking about the #1 most important position that you could possibly achieve to maximize your time on this machine. We're going to get to that one after we talk about getting you set up. Now, as always, we've got the amazing Ryan Shelton here. Yes, those high fives are so good. All right, we're going to talk about the 3 points of connection on the machine that are going to help you optimize connection. Okay, #1, the foot stretchers. That's these guys. It's where your feet connect to the machine. First and foremost, you want to adjust them such that the strap runs across the widest part of your foot. So you can see that's where Ryan set it. Another good target is talking about your lowest shoelace. That's another good position point if you want a different cue. But strap running across the widest part of the foot. The reason we want that is because if the foot sits too high, you end up pinching off this hip angle, and it makes it harder to get into a good catch position eventually. So this is where you want to adjust your feet. #2 is the seat position. Okay, this is your second connection point. Your goal is to sit as far forward on the seat, so this way of the seat, as comfortably possible. You don't want to feel like it is just digging into your hamstrings or like you're about to fall off the machine, but you also don't want to be sitting towards the very back because the front edge of the seat can actually dig into your hamstrings. If you spend a decent amount of time in a workout on this machine, that's going to get uncomfortable. Okay, so that's #2. #3 is the handle. This is your third point of connection, and this is an extremely important one, even though it may seem like it's not that important. What you're looking for is hands nice and wide on the handle. You don't want the hands pinched into the inside. Okay, this is going to restrict your range of motion when you get to the end of the stroke. So you want hands nice and wide, and then you want thumbs underneath the handle, not over the top. Okay? The other piece about this is that you're not going to death grip the handle. You're going to let it sit nice and relaxed in your fingers. You don't have to be sitting out here, but you do want to be thinking about keeping a nice, just relaxed grip. I like to think about closing the circuit between the thumb and the forefinger and just letting it sit there out in the fingertips. If it's touching your palm, you're probably gripping a little bit too tight. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fair?
Too much.
Yeah, too much, right? The reason we do that is so that we can keep some relaxation through the arm instead of tensing the arms, because the arms give us so little during the stroke. So those are your 3 primary beginner points of connection. Get yourself adjusted to those places. Now, we talked about the single most important piece of the stroke, the single most important position you can get in to optimize your time on this machine, and that is the catch. The catch is the single most important part of the stroke. If you've missed the catch, you've missed the stroke entirely, and you have to start again next time. So if we can practice good catch position, you are going to be much more successful in your time on the machine. So, catch position, come on up and hit that catch for me, Ryan. What we are looking for, I'm just going to talk from top to bottom, and we're going to create a checklist that you can then use every time you practice this catch position. We already talked about the hands, right? Hands wide, hands relaxed, thumbs under the handle. Next, arms long, shoulders reaching. Notice the shoulders are not retracted. Go ahead and retract your shoulders, and let's see how much length he loses by retracting the shoulders. Now reach with the hands. Good, so we gain back that length by letting that shoulder reach, and we just keep this system relaxed. You're not going to get performance or safety gain out of keeping this packed back and into place, right? And you waste a ton of energy just staying under tension. So we're going to relax that and let it reach. Next, head and neck relaxed as well. Okay, from there, we're looking for a nice neutral flat back, not overly extended, but we also don't want this dumped hip position. So we're going to have this nice, just neutral flat back, and this trunk wants to be at a forward body angle. So if we were looking at an analog clock, this would be 1 o'clock. That's our goal, is to get his trunk at 1 o'clock. Okay, from there, you'll notice that puts the hips behind the shoulders. If the hips are ever stacked on top of the shoulders, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong. Go back and start over, okay? So, hips in front of the shoulders. Okay, from here, again, make sure the hips are behind. What this will do is ensure that that heel stays down for you. Now eventually allowing the heel to lift is not the end of the world, we're okay with that. But as you are getting started, we want to keep that heel down so that you learn to connect through the entire foot and learn how to push through the whole leg for your stroke. So hips behind the shoulders will keep the, keep the heel down. If the heel lifts, go ahead and lift your heels like crazy for me. You'll notice that it actually pulls the hips underneath the shoulders. So you can fix it either by pushing the hips back or pushing the heels down. They both achieve the same thing. Okay, next we are talking about the knees. Knees, we are thinking about tracking them underneath the arms, not caving in, but also not splitting outside of the arms. External rotation is good, but only to a certain extent. So knees come back in, tracking underneath the arms. And now here's the hardest part of the catch, but the part that we love to practice. Keeping all of those positions, now let's slide the whole system as far forward as possible without springing what we like to call an energy leak. An energy leak would be the knees splitting out to get more length. It would be giving up posture to get more length. It would be lifting the heels to get more length. So our goal is to keep all of those positions and then just slide the whole system forward, at which point you will feel extremely tight. A good catch position should feel like a loaded spring, yeah?
Not easy to sit here.
Right, so I'm going to actually have him sit here and practice that position. So for those of you at home, after you've established foot stretcher, seat, and handle, you're going to take yourself through this checklist that we just talked about. Hands, arms, shoulders, neck, back, hips, knees, feet, and then slide it all forward. I want you to practice holding this position for upwards of a minute at a time, and I want you to do that 3 to 5 times before you ever even get into your workout. The more we can practice a good catch position, the better your workouts are going to be. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Guys, this is Dark Horse Rowing. This is the ultimate beginner's guide. Step 1, making sure that you get good connection to the machine and learning the most important part of the stroke. As always, guys, make sure you sign up for our newsletter, The Hustler's Guide to Rowing, where you will get our latest blog article and video every what morning?
Tuesday morning.
Thank you. Tuesday morning in your inbox. Guys, we will see you on the other side. Stay fit, stay healthy, get in good positions on the machine.
What's up, dude? As a coach? Yeah. So, as Brian is doing, you'll notice
We're rolling.